everybody, it's Joy from the Women's AI Visibility Institute, WAVE for short. And today I'm going to talk about the double bias problem that women attorneys suffer from. And what I want to share today is why this happened, why is it currently happening, and what women need to do about it. Most of the time, if you think about it, you think, I just have to do more. I have to market more. I have to blog more. I have to post more. No, that's not what the problem is. The problem is an infrastructure problem. And the first bias, number one, is a historical bias. And that means when AI was coming out, it learned from the internet. And what was on the internet was male dominated information. What do I mean by that? Lawyers from big firms had bios on the male attorneys, bar directories, conference speakers, information content that was put out, all were male dominated. If you think about 20 years ago, what the industry looked like, male firms or male dominated firms is what's out on the internet. AI trained on that data. And with AI training on that data, it made women less prominent because it's baked in before the woman even starts. So that's the first bias, is the historical bias that women have to contend with. The second bias is the live web reality. Now, with Gemini and Perplexity, they go out and do live searches immediately when a question is asked. What the problem is, because of the historical bias, we've trained AI to elevate men and their profiles. So it's a stacking system. Because of the historical data, when a live search is done, men show up more. It's not an intentional thing. It's not something that men did. It's just how the internet was trained. And it compounds, it layers on top of each other. Their information is out there, the AI picks it, then the next time it becomes more relevant, it goes to the top. So it's a historical problem and it's a live problem. And women need to address it because it's a compounding problem. That's why working harder on your marketing isn't going to get you the results that you want. So let's talk about the structure. I mentioned earlier that this is an infrastructure problem. On firm websites, they may have schema markup. They may even have legal service schema markup. Statistically, that isn't necessarily true. On our Texas study, we found that 84% of the websites had schema markup, but only 28% had legal service schema markup. What does that mean? That means schema markup is general. That means it's not saying that you're an attorney, that it doesn't have your bar license number, it doesn't have your practice area. It has that you're a business in this location, but that doesn't train AI and that doesn't tell AI who you are and what you do. So, if women want to become visible to AI, there's some things that they can do. First and foremost is attack the infrastructure, and your infrastructure is your schema markup. So you need to find out on your website if you have schema markup. Now in Colorado, 69% of the attorneys didn't have schema markup, didn't have it at all. In Texas, 84% had schema markup, but 28% didn't have the right schema markup. So that's the first step. Find out what you have. Go to your website developer. If you don't have it, add it. If you have it, make sure it's right. That's the first step. Have your name, have your practice areas, have your bar license number, all the things that AI can verify and identify you as a practicing attorney in your area. That would be a huge step in closing the gap. We offer an ebook that kind of goes through the double bias problem challenge that women have. It's on our website. It's for a nominal price. But if you want to learn more about it, please use that as a resource. That's the first step is schema markup. There's many steps for women to become AI visible. And just as a little additional incentive is please know that prospective clients are looking to ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, social media as a resource to find who they should hire. So please know that this is important, that the window is closing, because once AI verifies an entity, whether it's men or women, they lock down on that entity and it's very hard to unlock it. So the window is open now. We are studying things state to state. Our first study was in Colorado with 209 attorneys. Our second study was in Texas with 336 attorneys. Our Florida study is going to be released at the end of this month, and it's close to 400 attorneys. And what we're finding is every state is different. Every state prioritizes different things, and it's not the state, it's the influence on AI. For example, if a women's bar association is very active in the state, AI will use that as a source. If a women's bar association isn't active in a state, then it doesn't use it as a source. So every state is different, and that's why we're doing it state by state. If you have questions, if you want to find out more information, please reach out. My name is Joy. My email address is joy@wavinstitute.com. We study women attorneys and how they show up in AI visibility. Thanks again for your time.